Hey everybody, this is Jason Fabok of Ghost Machine, and if you're going to geek out, geek hard.
So we're here in Artist Alley with Jason Fabok, fantastic artist. So actually, I think it was it 2020, you are our comic creator guest of the year. I don't know if you remember that. You came on the show.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah. No, it's good to have you back. Good to talk with you again. And of course, since then, there's been the release of one of the first Ghost Machine titles, Rook Exodus. Beautiful book. You and Brad Anderson doing some amazing work on the art, and of course you and Jeff Johns there putting together this story. Where did the idea for Rook Exodus come from?
Rook was something that was kind of brewing in my head for a number of years. I had a bunch of these character designs that I had been working on. Some of them go back as far as when I was in college. I would have been in my 20s. But little bits and pieces of this Rook character was kind of coming together over the years. But I never really had a story for it. And then when Jeff and I were talking about creating Ghost Machine in this company, we were going through different ideas. And so I brought out some of that artwork, and I said, look, here's some characters I have, I pitched a story to him, but he was like, yeah, I don't know if that's it. Mostly it was like, he was like, why does this character have a bird mask? I was like, well, I don't know, it just kind of looks cool, you know? Kind of like Batman is a Batman, Rook's a Birdman, right? And he was like, well, what if there's other characters who have these masks, and what if the masks can control animals? And then that was just like, that lit the fuse, and then from there, everything else of the world started to come together, and it took us quite a while to kind of figure out a mythology, and we're still building that as we go. But that's kind of where it started. It's been there for a while, and it's surreal to kind of see it come to life, like actually in print. Like when I was holding issue 1 in my hands, I was kind of like, wow, like this is something that's been there for years. It finally became I never thought it would become a reality.
You're building the world up, but the physical world of itself, like just this kind of utopia fallen, with nature kind of making its way back, and just all the different animals in it. Like, there's so much detail in this book. When it comes to like the actual look of it, is there any references you go towards?
Yeah, I love this. I love the 70s and early 80s kind of like used universe, kind of Star Wars, or the original Alien movie had a lot of that. I love that kind of look. Not the pristine, shiny sci-fi. I like kind of that, like it's used, it's been around for a while. So I was drawing a lot from that. For character designs, it was a mix between, I'm looking at a lot of like World War I and World War II military kind of stuff, mixed with some Mad Max, a little bit of Star Wars, a little superhero kind of stuff too. Anything that inspires me, I kind of save. Like if I see some artwork or pictures or concept art, I have folders and folders of this stuff, and I kind of save it all so I can go back and look at it every once in a while and go, oh yeah, I really like that bit and piece from this character from that video game or whatever I played. And I just draw from that when I'm trying to create these characters.
The vibe I got of when Ghost Machine was announced originally, and you guys were all together, I was like, it kind of had the same kind of feel as what Image originally was.
Yeah, and that was on purpose. Jeff and I really, when it was Jeff, myself, Gary Frank, and Brian Hitch, when we were trying to start this thing and talking about ideas and what we wanted to do, we were looking at a lot of those original Image books and what worked, what didn't work, what has had staying power and what didn't. And the number one thing we saw was all the books have to be character based. They can't be concept based. They have to be character first. And that became one of our slogans, character first. And if you base a book around a character and dive into that character and their emotions and what they're feeling and their story and their arc and how they're going to change from beginning to end, you can build all the rest of the stuff around that. But that character arc has to be strong. And that's what we have. We have with Redcoat, with Geiger, with Rook, with Hyde Street coming out, with Rockefellers, it's character based. And that was what Todd did with Spawn. And like you look at Spawn, it's on like it's over 350 issues.
Yeah, it'll never die.
Yeah, it's been going on forever, and even Savage Dragon's been going on for a long time as well. But that was one. We looked at those things and we said, this works, this didn't work, and we gravitated toward the things that worked and tried to fix the things that didn't work with the original Image books.